What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, it's been a lot of jumping offness happening. It's all bad Sony news. Look, I don't make up the news. This is what happens, okay? So, I was listening to Oh No, It's Alex, listen to MBG cry about, oh, these guys are always focusing on the bad news. And I'm like, no, it's just a lot of bad news. It just happens to be in Sony's camp. Anyway, so Bungie's, they're a bunch of thieves. They suck. Uh, I've said it many times before. Sony's creatively bankrupt. PlayStation creatively bankrupt. And now, by way of association or ownership, Bungie's creatively bankrupt. But they've been this way for a while. This is the fourth time they've been caught stealing? 4 times. Come on, son. 4 times? You stealing. 4 times? Something wrong. Something is wrong. And yeah, so they need to fix that. And then it's okay, so the artist I forgot what I believe it's a female artist. I forgot what her name is. It's like Leet Speak. And she basically is like, yo, I did this stuff in 2017. Here's my work. Here's where they stole it. She did diagrams like, this is it right here, and then put the line, boom, boom. This is where they put it on there. I was like, it's like they stole it so thoroughly that it's like they owned it. They used it like they owned it. They didn't own it. Man, that was so bad. I'm like, how is look, the game itself was already not in a good space because people were like, yeah, it's kind of trash. Nobody want to play it. Now, people are like, oh, y'all thieves. Oh, you this, you that. And I'm like, yo, how is the mismanagement so deep and so just prolific that this is happening? Then your boys from Arrowhead Studios, they did Helldivers 2, cool game. It would have sold more if Sony didn't mess it up. I guess they messed it up so much that they, Arrowhead, what was the name of their studio? I just said the name, Arrowhead, duh. Sorry. They said, yo, we did a good job on Helldivers 2. We made a lot of money. We funding our next game. That's how we doing it. And we're going to have the say in everything. We're going to call the shots. And when you listen to what they say, there's a little bit of kind of, not side-eyed, but it's like, oh, okay, so they probably didn't get to call all the shots on Helldivers 2. That's why all that stuff went down. That's why Sony's a dummy. And because of Sony's behavior, it caused them, that studio, to be like, we're going to take the risk and put it out ourselves. That's what happened. They had such a bad experience. They're like, nah, we're good. I mean, we might work with y'all in the future, maybe. But for now, yeah, we're going to do our own thing. Peace out, homies. You know? I mean, they still own Helldivers, Sony, so they can do whatever they want with that. But I want to see what Arrowhead does next. I want to see what they got. I want to see what they got. It might be dope. Who knows? But once again, the badness in the Sony camp. It's like some content creators will lead you to believe that, oh, everybody's against PlayStation or whatever. They're doing it to themselves. This is their fault. Just like the prices are going up and stuff, Sony's part of the problem. Nintendo's part of the problem. You know, Microsoft joined in because they had no choice. They were like, uh-oh, we have to raise price. Remember, Sony raised prices way before anybody else on the consoles, on the services. Raise prices, take stuff away. It doesn't make sense. It's like you're giving us less value and you're raising the prices, huh? But they don't care. You know, this is the new regime. This is the new PlayStation. If y'all ponies don't like it, so bad. Too bad, so sad, too bad. And once again, I heard another piece of the Porter Rock show. It wasn't Porter Rock show, it was Mooch's show, but Porter Rock was on it with his bad microphone. And I know this microphone isn't the best either. I might be looking into getting another one. But that's what happens when you get some wireless stuff. I'll look into some new stuff. But anyway, I'll use this for now. But Porter Rock was on there crying about how, you know, look at these live service games. The only good one was Helldivers, and it's not even Sony first party. Oh my gosh. Everything else is trash. Everything else, I forgot what he said exactly, but he was upset. And they were yelling back and forth, mooching Porter Rock, yelling back and forth like, is this Civil War Part 3 again? What's going on here? Why are they fighting? Why are they yelling at each other? They supposed to be like, yo, we the best and all that stuff, because, you know, market leader, right? Oh yeah, about that market leader stuff, Microsoft actually made more money than PlayStation, meaning profit. I think it's profit or revenue. Well, regardless, Microsoft made both. I think what was PlayStation? They made $30 billion and they only made profit of $3 billion. I'm like, that's bad. Okay, whatever. But anyway, going back to Arrowhead and them breaking free of the shackles of the oppressive PlayStation fragrance, I guess. They smelled that fragrance and it was rotten. They said, nah, we're good. We're going to do our own thing and make our own money and probably be more successful. Let's be real. All that PSN sign-up stuff is causing Sony to lose money, because they're losing sales in like 190, 120 something different countries. Why would you do that? Just because you want them to sign in to PSN. Guess what? PSN doesn't exist in those places. Just sell them the game. Let them get you get the 70% and you shut that and just make money with that. Look, I do not understand that. That is just so asinine. It's like you're gonna give up making money for the MAU number. Man, so look. Anyway, we know the prices are gonna go up. Everybody's saying it, except for Sony. I mean, they kind of said it. They said, yeah, we're looking for different ways to do. Yeah, right. We're gonna raise prices. That's what they're gonna do. And the funny thing is, they have been raising prices this whole generation, but not so much in the US. So they're gonna do that in the US, and it's gonna be bad. And then all the donkey unicorns. I mean, they're already freaking out. They're freaking out so much that MBG is attacking Alex. Porter Rock is having a conniption. He's breaking that. He's having a breakdown. They're all down bad. I mean, Mooch is the only one that's still like thinking everything's okay, trying to find fault in stuff that Microsoft does. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're doing a hell of a lot better than PlayStation right now, man. Wow. I would hate to be a pony right now. I'd be so mad. Like, I spent $700 on this box, and it don't even play Doom the best. What the hell are you doing, Sony? You lied to me, and then you lied to me, and you still lying to me. It's crazy. But like the whole Arrowhead thing, right? That's an ongoing trend. It's an indication for third parties. I mean, Sony hired them to make Helldivers, right? Helldivers 2. I believe they did both games. And you look at what Square Enix went through and said, yeah, we're not doing exclusive stuff anymore. You look at all these different things. You look at Jade Raymond leaving. Now Haven Studios is in, you know, whatever, turmoil. Who knows? That game's coming out. I don't know if that game is coming out. The whole marathon thing, okay, let's go into that a little bit more, because I just kind of glanced over it. So the artist, once again, I forgot her name. She posted her stuff on Twitter, said, yo, these are my artworks. And I saw her art, and I saw what Bungie did. And they just straight up stole her. They just stole it. and they're blaming a former artist that used to work there. The reason why that doesn't work is because many of the artists in the art team there at Bungie right now follow the artist that they stole from. So that leads me to believe that I mean, who's in charge of making these sheets for the for the artists, the I forget what they're called. Wow, my brain. But the atlas, if you will, who's in charge of that? And you can't tell me there's multiple people on your art team who have followed this artist and they didn't have any influence or take anything. Just some fictitious no-name person who doesn't work there anymore did all the bad stuff. And this is the 4th time. So you're telling me this one person did it 4 times and doesn't work there anymore? I don't think so. Nah, they lying. They lying. They trying to cover their tracks. They trying to cover their ass. I was listening to Luke Stevens when this all broke down when I first learned about it, and he was like, "Yo, I got some lawyers in my family. This is what you should do." And I hope that this person, this artist, does not talk to Bungie at all. Just get yourself a lawyer. Boom, boom, boom. Once that game comes out, then you get paid. That's what's up. They'll probably take all the artwork out, but still, in the lead up of getting the game sold and such, I mean, it's and they're still gonna have to compensate her for probably like the work. And look, it's ridiculous how bad the news keeps coming from PlayStation, and these donkey unicorns and ponies don't even pay attention. Dreamcast guy, hello, if this is Dreamcast guy, and then we get the game. I'm like, man, what is wrong with you? You got your teeth fixed, you still talk stupid. I mean, your content and the way you speak. I'm just saying. And there is a thing about, like, I want to shout out WBG. I want to shout out King, Iron Lords, all of them. Excuse me. Because, well, King specifically, because I think I said this before, but he's the only one who is emphasizing. No, actually, I heard somebody else say it. They're emphasizing the fact that sell in is not the same as sell through. And I've been saying this for years. Ever since Sony started saying sell in, I'm like, why would you say sell in? That has nothing to do with how many people are playing your console, because sell through. And last episode, last video, I found the numbers, and I was like, oh, cool. So now I can go back to that resource and find, let's see how they grew from 56 plus million to this year. So that's going to be interesting. So we'll, I guess we'll wait till, I don't know when they put that information out. So, but that'll be interesting when that stuff comes out. We'll see exactly where they are. So now we can say, okay, look, they said they were at this number shipped, and this is what the sold number was. And we can go back and look and see how, they're kind of manipulating the numbers and manipulating the perception of themselves by, just trying to get a big number out there, acting like they do everything's all good, but it's not. I mean, because we can tell. Like, you look at Microsoft's side, you're like, okay, Redfall sucked, and they closed that studio. Sure. What else? They had some layoffs and stuff. Everybody had layoffs, so you can't really say, oh, Microsoft's the only evil one. Everybody had layoffs. But when you look at game cancellations and such, Sony wins. They've won this generation as far as game cancellations and creating the worst game ever created, the worst failure of a game ever in the history of video games, Concord. And so that's why everybody's saying, oh, this is Concord 2. And that's such a bad thing to say about your game that isn't coming out yet. It's like, wow. You're number 2, the sequel to the worst game ever created. The worst failure, excuse me. I always have to correct myself. And that's where Sony is right now. And the funny thing, or the bad thing, depending on what side of the fence you are on, is that this is not going to change overnight. Like, oh, they come out with one game and everything's solved. No, they don't have enough studios to compete with Microsoft's volume, the voluminosity of how many games they got coming out. how many studios. They have so many studios. Even if the games take 5 years each, you stagger them. You have so many studios that you can plan it out and stagger it and have multiple games come 6, 7, 8, 9 games a year constantly. Sony can't do that. They don't have enough studios, and they wasted so much time with this live service stuff. And they canceled on. There was 18 games on that list. I looked at the list. I was like, 18 games. 3 of them, no. 2 of them came out. No, 3 of them came out. Concord got canceled. So 2. And the 2 games are, I believe it's Destruction All Stars and Gran Turismo 7. Those are the 2 games. That sucks. I'm just saying. And then, you know, you got I think the 8 canceled games, and then there's a handful of games that are TBD and all that stuff. So Marathon probably gonna get canceled, or not get canceled, but it's not gonna do well. Fair Games, they changed the name, so Fair Games probably gonna get canceled because Jay's gone. And Gummy Bears. Project Gummy Bears. Look, I've been in video games. I've been watching video games. I've been playing video games for decades. I've never seen it this bad. I've never seen Sony this bad. This is the bottom. This is the worst Sony has been. This is worse than what they went through with the PS3. Giant Enemy Crabs, Ridge Racer. Go get another job so you can buy a PlayStation 3 for $600. That's what they said. This is worse. Because this isn't just idiots talking and then they can kind of fix it and stuff. No, this is the industry curb stopping PlayStation left and right. And it's not even like they're doing it maliciously or anything. They're just like, look, the industry's kind of different right now, so we're going to do multi-plat because, you know, I mean, I know y'all like exclusives, but nobody else does. So we going to put our game everywhere because we trying to make money. Y'all trying to make money? We trying to make money too. See you later. And they gone. Everybody's gone. Everybody is bouncing from PlayStation. There's going to be some shrinkage. Like I said before, the games are going to be smaller. Less games. It's going to be a smaller, like the console itself isn't going to be as big. They're probably not going to be able to spend as much money on money hatting games. Everything is going to shrink over there because of what's going on. So, but anyway, I appreciate you hanging out, like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Bungie stealing for the 4th time. They should just kill that name, kill that studio, kill that name, cancel Marathon, all the things. I hope she sues them. I hope she does. Get your money, girl. You deserve it. I don't like saying people deserve stuff usually, but I'll tell you that because they stole from you. So they steal from you, you get them. You go get them. But also, Firewalk. Think about that. That's crazy. It's like, peace, deuces. We gonna make some money. Anyway, I take that next one.